I've had a lot of inward observations at what's going on, and I'm sure everybody else has too. Um, but what's becoming very obvious to me is the system, based on the circumstances and the imminent danger that can be around you, you are forced to be kind and compassionate to those that you don't know. So you have to step out of your box of arrogance and ignorance, all your patriotism, all of that, and you have to be respectful, kind, and considerate to those you don't know. Now, that's a difficult thing for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are very happy in their selfish box, that I'm the only one that matters, me, you know. I think that we all deal with that because partly we're raised into a system, an educational system in the United States that breeds that. That security, personal security, is of the utmost importance, and that circles with selfishness, and I've tried to do this video now a few times regarding the ultra patriotism and constitutionalists. If you listen to the video that I did, I posted on Facebook, I don't know if I posted it on YouTube, but where I said your patriotism isn't going to work like it did in 1776, 1876, 1976, and now. This is a different time, I was thinking about the "Don't Tread on Me," flag. Well, the snake does not choose who it's going to bite by how good of a person you are, or how patriotic you are, or how much you love your country. It's going to bite you because you've made a decision and not looked where you stepped. I mean, that's the fact. If you live somewhere where there's lots of snakes, you must look where you're going to step. If it's at night, have a flashlight. In the daytime, you don't just go, if you live in like Florida or, the South, you don't just go treading out in sneakers in long grass, or in the desert, go walking, kicking sagebrush like, woo! Yeah, you're going to get bit. So, this goes all the way to the president. The president is basically, he's that guy walking barefoot through the desert, kicking the sagebrush, like not caring, it's really dangerous, because what happens is all those ultra conservative people with their guns and their huge egos, very, very arrogant. What's going to happen is they will fight every way they can to not be compassionate towards those that they don't know. But what will happen is how things work is they will most likely in turn have to, because someone they know, because of stupid decisions, someone they know will get very sick and maybe die, you know. So the snake will come back and bite them because of their stupidity, you know, because of their ignorance towards the reality in the face of danger, in the face of real danger. The ideologies that built this country are so ridiculously dangerous that most religions, to me, are cults. You know, this country is built on cults. That's a word you can use. And if you're going to fight for your ideology and your beliefs, then in the eyes of reality, in the eyes of that actual snake, it'll bite you. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. The Tao is the great creator, destroyer. It doesn't pick and choose. Everything is connected. You know, the 10,000 things are connected within the Tao. They're all connected, and they all work together. The more you understand the coexistence of everything, the better off you'll be in a survival place. That's why it's not very hard to realize, oh, you know, following science, and we're lucky. We're lucky. I'm going to say that, to have science right now, because if we didn't have science, you know, far more people would die because of this. Now, what it looks like is there's way more cases, man, like 10 to 15 times more. So 1 out of 5 people that you know basically say in the Tacoma area have it. They may have not shown any symptoms. Now that is another fact. That's what I heard early on. Then I had people tell me, no, you get sick no matter what, and that's not true. You can get it and not show any symptoms, but you can pass it on to somebody that can die, you know. So, you know, you can be angry and upset. I tend to think, say, the governor of Michigan is taking this completely correctly. She's like, you can either stand 6 feet apart or be 6 feet under. I mean, that's the truth, you know. But see, your average ultra conservative doesn't respect somebody just for who they are, no matter what. So, you know, people will die. No doubt about it. It's not even a maybe, you know. It's like, you know, these protests will cause deaths, and there will be ultra-patriotic conservative people that will suffer because of somebody that they know that died. And in another point, it's like, I hate to say, you know, a lesson in nature, but that's kind of it. Like, it's a lesson in, you know, the nature of life, you know. I feel this, that because this country has been built on some of the religious ideologies, political ideologies, you know, where from the beginning of the country, you know, the indigenous people you know, slaves from all over the world, you know, not just African American, but also Chinese, you know, I mean all over, right? This country's treated people, your average person, horribly for the benefit for for the country. Because of that, this is what we get. You know, it's that's just a fact, because how things, it does matter how you treat one another, and it does matter your motives in science, you know, even in science, what you create, what you build, what, you know. But there is like a great balance, equalizer, and that is nature. It can take a long time. We're all, you know, we're all alive to see this moment. And if you look at the last 100 years, I mean, the world has been on the brink of destruction, man-made destruction, quite a few times. Now, I don't know if this is from nature or a failed experiment or a virologist got sick, or, you know, if it is nature, which let's just say, yeah, you know, it got passed through some animals into humans. That's a really heavy sign, because if this can happen, if this is what can happen, we're in a real world of shit, and people better look out for one another more than ever, you know, because this isn't a time to like raise your gun at a virus to fight it, you know. It's not, that's not, there's no sense in that, you know. The next virus that comes through could kill everyone that gets it, you know. I mean, and be as contagious. I'm just saying, you know, you have to like look at things like, you know, your belief in God and country is not going to save your life, you know. In fact, you have to open your mind and break out of the conditioning, you know, the education conditioning that we were all raised in the United States is somewhat damaging. You know, we were forced to memorize, forced to learn through memorization of certain things that we didn't understand. We really had to learn. At one point, there may be something we wanted to learn, but a lot of it was forced instead of nurturing actual interest and, you know, in intelligence from within. You know, we're forced to memorize things that don't really matter. So this is where we're at now. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.